Hello, my name is Shakeera Robinson. I am 37, a mother of three daughters. I am originally from Franklinton, North Carolina, and currently working as a registered nurse at Duke University Hospital.
Hi, my name is Erica Charleston. I am a native of Franklin County. I am the mother of two daughters. I am a recruiter for Management Recruiters of Raleigh. Been in the pharma industry for over 20 years. So Shakeera, I know this organization is designed to help people in the community, more specifically from the Franklinton High School community. Did you graduate from Franklinton High School?
I did, yes. I graduated from Franklinton High School in 2001.
Okay, and now you are a registered nurse.
Yes.
What was high school like, when you were here? I know things have changed a lot since we were in high school, but definitely tell me about your high school experience.
High school was actually a great experience for me. I was very active. I was in several clubs. I was in National Honor Society, National Spanish Honor Society. I also was involved in several sports. I played basketball, ran track, played tennis. So I was very active, had a good amount of friends. So it was really a good experience for me.
That's good.
Yes.
Did you always know you wanted to be a nurse?
I knew I wanted to be a nurse since first grade.
Wow.
So it was always a dream for me to become a nurse.
Okay, so did you ever kind of switch decisions? Did it ever, kind of come to you that maybe I want to try something different?
No, I always knew I wanted to be in the medical field. I did have some obstacles. I got pregnant my senior year of high school, so my route to becoming a nurse was a little altered.
Okay. So as far as growing up in the community, how did your goal and your mindset, you kind of stuck to what you wanted to do, took a different route.
Right.
So how did all of that kind of play out as far as how you grew up?
Well, I knew that I always wanted to be a nurse. So when I became pregnant in high school, I knew that it was going to be a little challenging, but I just stuck to my path, stuck to my dreams. I started off as a medical assistant.
Okay.
So I went to Vance Granville Community College and obtained an associate's degree in medical assistant. And I took that route because it was actually allowed me to jump into the workforce a lot sooner, because I needed to work to be able to raise my family.
Exactly.
And also wanted to be in a career that would gear me towards the nursing program.
I understand that. So when you were growing up, were you in the city of Franklinton or a rural area?
Yes, I actually grew up in the city of Franklinton.
Okay.
I actually grew up right close to the Franklinton Park.
Okay.
So all the way, even beyond high school, I lived in Franklinton, and like I said, went to Lewisburg campus, Vance Granville, and then I moved on into the Wake Forest, Raleigh area.
Gotcha. So as far as like the requirements or the education that you needed, to be a nurse, you started out at Vance Granville. Were there other things that you had to do outside of that college experience to prepare you for your job?
No, and I would say that being a medical assistant first actually almost kind of gave me a little more insight, because I worked in a doctor's office for 5 years prior to me obtaining my nursing degree. So I already had a lot of knowledge just about medications and just patient experiences, which was, I think, gave me, it made my nursing career a little easier than others.
Well, that's definitely kind of the direction I was taking as far as the next question, in your path in your career.
Right.
Do you think your community had anything to do with you being able to stick to your plan and your goals and staying motivated?
Absolutely. Franklin County, again, the college, community college system was very positive for me, because it allowed me the flexibility to go to school, work, and take care of my family.
Exactly. Was it important, or what do you remember most, I guess, about your journey getting to, where you are right now? What kind of stands out?
Staying disciplined. That was the biggest thing because it was always for me a balance. I had to find a balance between working, going to school, and taking care of home. So to me, staying disciplined and kind of focused on the reason why I needed to pursue this probably stood out the most for me in my career path.
Absolutely. And as a recruiter, I'm always telling younger people, like new graduates, think about what comes naturally to you, or think about maybe what comes easy to you when you're thinking about a career, then it's not working.
Right.
So was there anything in particular that you felt like just came to you naturally?
Yes. Taking care of people.
Okay.
Being people oriented. They always say that nursing is a career that you have to have a passion for.
Right.
And I stand 100% behind that. I love people. I care about people. Care about how people feel, their emotions. So I definitely feel like you have to naturally find that niche for you and what you like and what you're passionate about.
Exactly. And was there anything that was particularly difficult, along that same path, that same career path?
Absolutely. It was very challenging going back to school for my nursing career, probably 10 years after graduating from high school. So, of course, it was kind of like getting back into the swing of things.
Exactly.
And then
Study habits.
Right, study habits. And then at the same time, again, finding that balance because I still had to be a mom. And, I still had to work. So it's definitely challenging. And I stress to people, or especially younger people, if you can do it straight out of high school, go ahead and do it because it's probably a lot easier, and the information is still fresh in your mind. So, I always express, because I also have a daughter who's in college, and I say just keep going, keep striving, and if you don't have those obstacles, just keep working towards your goals.
Exactly. So did you ever have a plan B, or, were you a burn the boats type person?
Actually going to school, obtaining my associate's degree in medical assistant was my plan B. Okay. When I initially enrolled into the medical assistant program, I had been put on the wait list for the nursing program. Okay. So while I was on the wait list for the nursing program, I kind of shifted careers because medical assistant, there wasn't a wait list, and it gave me the opportunity to enter the medical field and go ahead and jump into the workforce while waiting to get into the nursing program.
Okay, awesome. So as far as like looking at yourself now, what would you tell your middle school self you need to do in order to get to, your ultimate goal?
In middle school, I would just tell them to use high school to prepare yourself. Whatever career that you see fit, kind of take those classes that you can in high school that's going to kind of gauge you towards your career. Like for me, sciences. If you have the opportunity to take those anatomies and biologies and those classes that are going to prepare you for the nursing program or the nursing field industry, I would advise you to go ahead and take those classes in high school, even chemistries. Those things actually will help you when you get to college. You have seen the information before, so it won't be such a struggle for you. Chemistry courses can be carried out into your college. Some colleges will pull your high school chemistry and count that as a credit when you go to college. So I never had to take a chemistry in college because I had it in high school. Okay. So you just got to kind of think about your route. And I say in middle school, the earlier the better. Right. You start thinking about what you want to.
That higher level science.
Right. Exactly.
That's very important. And as far as like your advice for a high school student, they think they want to become a registered nurse. They want to, go into the healthcare field.
Yeah, absolutely. And then at high school, I would advise students to start looking at programs. Start looking into nursing programs. Find a program that is conducive to your learning and your lifestyle. For me, the community college route was the best route for me. For others, you might want to go the 4-year college route. So whatever is conducive, whether you want to go off to college far off or find programs that are close by, just high school, I would take the time to start looking into those programs.
Okay. So did you have a counselor that helped you with selecting a program, or did you do your research on your own? Kind of how did you select, how did you know what was right for you?
I did research on my own. I knew that I needed something that was going to allow me to be flexible. So the community college route was best for me because it allowed me to go to school and to work. Also, it gave me alternatives to further my options to further my career just beyond the community college level by researching online programs to further into my bachelor's degree.
Gotcha. As far as your success now and being in your field in a hospital setting, I'm sure there's been times where you go home and you just kind of wonder, maybe there's something different. What do you do to keep yourself motivated, or if you handle things that you come up against in your career, and, keep yourself moving in the right direction?
I always am self-motivated by knowing that you have done something to help somebody else. Nursing can be very stressful. There are days where you may feel like, I just don't feel like I've done enough within your day. Sometimes you have high patient workloads. But to me, just doing it, knowing that you've done your best, knowing that you have reached somebody's life, to me is like the greatest reward. I am thankful just to know that I have made a difference in somebody else's life.
Exactly. That is, at the end of the day, that's what makes you kind of stick to what you do.
Yes.
When it comes back. As far as, any other notes, any other things that you want to share to any students that kind of feel like they want to head, into a career in healthcare, is there anything else that you want to share with them that you think would be helpful? I would just say, just stay focused, stay determined. The healthcare industry is a very rewarding industry to work in. There are numerous amount of jobs and different avenues that you can take. So I just encourage people, if healthcare is what you want to do it. It's always a high demand for healthcare. So there's always a good amount of jobs that you can go into. And the good thing about healthcare is that it allows you to be flexible. You don't have to stay in one form of healthcare. As for instance, with nursing, you can take nursing into so many different avenues. I mean, you can be a bedside nurse. There are nurses who never deal with patients. Some people do nursing research, case management, nursing education. There are just so many different avenues that it's such a rewarding job, and you are not limited to just one thing that you can do. Exactly. And definitely for any students who may have questions, could you provide your email address so that they can reach out to you? Absolutely, absolutely. If anybody has any questions, concerns, comments, just any minor, big questions, feel free to reach me. You can email me at Shakeera, SHAKEERA 010501 Thank you so much, Shakeera, for sharing with us today about your experience of being a nurse, and definitely in these times for being working on the front lines during COVID-19, and for sharing with the G.I.F.T. Inc. Thank you for having me. Absolutely.